What's up, guys? Got another talking ass video for you. Look at that. Shout out. Man, Anthony Johnson has passed away today from cancer. Terrible, man. Can't believe it. I remember watching this guy, fight on TV when I was like a freaking teenager. Kept fighting, kept winning most of the time. I think his record ended up being like 23-6, which is a fantastic record for mixed martial arts, in my opinion. Shit, man. You seen Mark Hunt's record? You know what I mean? God, man. I remember this dude started off welterweight, so like 170 pounds. And I'm pretty sure at one point he was fighting heavyweight, which is crazy, man. That guy lost so much weight, dehydrated the fuck out of himself just to compete in the weight class he wanted to and freaking dominate. Came back at light heavyweight later in his career, just freaking owned people. Knocked out Antonio Nogueira in less than a minute, dude. You know what I mean? He was doing that to all kinds of people too, like first round knockouts, second round knockouts. So much power, so much like God-given talent mixed with hard work, dedication, you know what I mean? Crazy, man. You never know, guys. You never know when you might go. Shit, I was listening to Nas earlier today, that freaking song. Life's a bitch and then you die, that's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna get, you know what I'm talking about? It's true, man. Life will just throw shit your way, man. Who knows? Could be a disease, could be an accident. You don't fucking know, dude. You gotta freaking live your life, Because who the fuck knows? You could die tomorrow. Something could happen, guys, God forbid, but you never fucking know, dude. Very sad. I wanted to gotta switch gears now real quick, talk about something a little more lighthearted. I'm getting freaking emotional over here. I wanted to share a video during like Halloween, but I kept forgetting, and then Halloween passed, and I was like, I guess I'm not gonna do it, but I think I'm gonna do it now. Halloween spooky shit, right? So I was thinking of telling like my own personal horror stories, and also asking y'all if you had any other stories you'd like to share with me or on your own channel or whatever. Because I'm interested if y'all have any kind of spooky stories, any kind of like outlandish supernatural experiences. I've had a few in my life. One in particular, it's gonna sound dumb as shit, but it was probably the most supernatural, inexplicable, at least, experience in my life. I was hanging out at a bachelor's party, so already you're probably thinking, oh, he was drunk and thinks he saw some shit, but he didn't. But I was barely buzzed, okay? I was sober enough when this happened. I was sitting, like, it was around sundown, sitting on this freaking, we had like a cabin in the woods for like the bachelor's party. We were just hanging out, and I was looking out the woods, sitting on the freaking like balcony of this place. The dude next to me, I forget who it was. I wish I could remember because I want him to like corroborate the story with me. I can't remember who this was. It was like a friend of my friend, not really somebody I was that acquainted with. But all of a sudden we noticed this. We're like looking at the sky, watching the sun go down. We noticed this freaking thing. It looked like a plastic bag. That was my first thought. My first impression of it was like it was a plastic bag, right? And it's just kind of like floating in the breeze. And I'm like, oh wow, how did a bag get this high? And I'm like really thinking, what? This is not making sense. Like what I think is a plastic bag is like 30 feet in the air, like way at like the top of these pine trees. And I'm like, it's not even windy. What the hell's going on? And as I continue to watch it, it looks not like something made of plastic. It looks like very globular, okay? Just like a bubble, like a giant bubble of sorts, but it looked like it had mass to it, you know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, like if somebody had blown like a big ass bubble. That's kind of what it looked like. It was just kind of like, but there's practically no wind, and it was staying level like the entire time. Like it was hanging out about 30 feet, just like moving around, and then it goes behind some trees, and we like lose sight of it. And I'm looking at the dude next to me after like this thing's out of sight, and I'm like, did you just see what I saw? And he was like, dude, I don't know what I saw. It was pretty odd. To this day, I can't really explain what the hell that was. I can't even fathom like what that could have been, other than some just supernatural thing, So that's one little story, a little UFO for you guys. But more like an unidentified floating object. It wasn't really flying, just kind of like drifting, but in like a windless sky. Super strange. Another sort of supernatural thing that happened to me once, that this is definitely explainable and a bit more of like a horror story. So when I was experiencing sleep apnea before I knew it, I would often take a nap, and every now and then when I took a nap, something about maybe I ate lunch or something, that decided to eat, I don't know. I always hear if you eat before you sleep, you get nightmares or something. I'm just probably old wives' tale, probably bullshit, but that could be part of it. I don't know. I never really had dreams at night, but I would have nightmares every now and then if I took a nap more than like an hour or something. You know what I mean? If I let myself go into like REM sleep, this would happen, and it would be these super weird. I'm sure it had something to do with like my sleep apnea. I was probably like going in and out of consciousness or something. Going from like, how do you say it? What's the kind of sleep where you like can control what you do? Lucid dreaming. Brain fart. I was kind of like half lucid dreaming. And I would have these, what's known as false awakenings. I looked this up later, after the fact. So I would dream about something, it would be kind of horrific, and then I would kind of jolt awake and kind of get out of bed and like do regular stuff, only to realize that I was still dreaming, and I would kind of like teleport back to my bed and experience like a sleep paralysis. In my sleep paralysis, like many people who experience sleep paralysis, there'd be like a dark figure, like a shadow person or something, And in some cases, this person would, or this, whatever, sleep demon, fucking succubus or whatever, they would just kind of like torment me in different ways. Like I remember one made itself very small and then kind of like twisted up into this like needle kind of thing and would like get right in front of my eyeball and like, it wouldn't say anything to me, but in my head I'm like, oh god, this thing's gonna stab right through my eye. And I'd be like freaking out. Then I would wake up again, but it would still be a fucking dream. And this happened, the one time I'm thinking of, this happened like, it was like fucking Groundhog Day, the dream, basically. Like, I would wake up, and it would be dreaming. I would go back to sleep, experience like very brief sleep paralysis, kind of like a lucid state or something. And then I would just wake up again, like false awake again. Over and over and over. It felt like fucking dozens of times. It was like torturous. And when I finally woke up for real, I didn't even fucking believe it. Because I'd experienced probably like 40 or 50 fucking false awakenings in a row. So I just got out of bed like a freaking zombie because I'm so like beat up from being like tortured by this freaking sleep demon. And also all these false awakenings, and it's kind of like not even believing that I'm awake at this point, you know what I mean? And I like walk into the living room where my wife was hanging out. She's like, oh, hey, you're up, and starts like talking to me, but I'm not even paying attention to her because this has already occurred. This like same scenario has already occurred like 50 freaking times. It was fake. So I just assume this is also fake. I just sat there like sad as shit for probably 2 minutes or something until my wife was finally like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And I was like, oh shit, this is real. Super weird, man. I'm sure that's something to do with like my sleep apnea and like the amount of oxygen I was getting or not getting in my sleep. Could have been I just had some food. I don't know. It sounds like bullshit, but yeah, weird times. Once I got my nose fixed and all of that, and got treated for sleep apnea, that's not happened. I mean, that was like 2-ish years ago when that particular event happened. Once the sleep apnea was treated, nothing. I'm good. I still have like some weird I don't know, insomnia sometimes. I think just an insomniac in general, which is bad habits from being a teenager and going to college and partying and stuff like that. Still kind of insomniac and stay up late, but thankfully no crazy ass nightmares like that ever again. But anyway, kind of curious if y'all have any interesting stories to tell. You can tell in the comments. If you have your own YouTube channel, I'd love to watch a video on your channel about this. Have you experienced anything supernatural or like, something you can't explain or anything like horrific you'd like to talk about, like, nightmares, whatever. Spooky shit, seen a ghost, I don't know. Let me know, because I'm always curious in this kind of thing, because I feel like almost everybody I've met has had some kind of unexplained experience, some kind of, a ghost story or UFO story or something. So I'm curious what you guys might have to share, so let me know. Anyway, guys, take care, peace, live your life with no regrets. If you die tomorrow, it's not gonna be a big fucking deal. Peace.